Hello everybody. This is my entire cube collection. All my twisty puzzles right here. And I'm going to show all of them off in this video. Every single one of them. From my very first 3x3 to my latest puzzle, this truncated Icasa dodecahedron. Everything. Every single one of them. I have collected over 160 twisty puzzles. Well, this isn't a twisty puzzle. Every single one of them. So, let me get this put on a stand. And let's get started. This is my very first 3x3. I got it 2 years ago as a mystery puzzle from Speed Cube Shop. Or the Cubicle. I forgot. I am pretty sure it was Speed Cube Shop though. And along with that, I got a gear cube. Which... what the heck's my gear cube? Well, whatever, I'll find it. But basically... oh, here it is. Gear cube. Now, this wasn't the actual first gear cube I got. It was the Chi gear cube. But it all started when I saw a YouTube short about the easiest Rubik's Cube ever, which was a gear cube. And I got it, along with this 3x3, and I learned how to solve it. Both of them. And in I think it was my 3rd or 4th hour history class in 8th grade, I finally solved the cube for the first time, and I was so happy. Then I started learning how to get better, and eventually I started buying more cubes. So I'm going to show off the rest of my WCA puzzles now. This is my first 2x2. That I remember, or that I haven't lost. It turns pretty well. I got it for Christmas, I believe, and it's actually not that bad. This is my main 3x3. This is the Yuzhen Little Magic. And this is my main. I've gotten my PB on it, and it's actually pretty good for a budget cube. This is it's a Moyu RS3M, I think. I forgot exactly what it is, but I know it's a 3x3, of course. So, yeah, it turns pretty well. That's it. This is a Rubik's Connect. It is a 3x3 smart cube, and it turns okay, and it was not worth $40. I got it from Walmart, and it sucks. I don't like it. This is a Chi Warrior, I think. It is not magnetic, and it's actually not that good. And, 2 of the center caps are missing. Right here and here. When I threw it, for some reason that I've forgotten. So, yeah. Here's a Rubik's 2x2. It doesn't turn very well, but it was pretty cheap when I got it from Target. Yeah. This is a very small 3x3. I forgot what brand it is, but it's tiny, and it's kind of hard to solve because of how tiny it is. This is a Rubik's 50th anniversary 3x3. Turning's not that bad. Okay, now that I think about it, it's pretty bad. But, not as bad as the next cube I'm about to show. This is a pretty old Rubik's 3x3. I'm not sure exactly what model it is or when it's from, but the turning is just completely awful. You have to do wrist turns for every turn because of how bad it is. No finger tricks will work. I'm pushing with as hard as I can. Yep, it's not gonna work. Anyways, next. This is my 3 Rubik's Phantoms. Basically, if you don't know what a Rubik's Phantom is, you heat it up, or you just keep your hands on it for a little, and then the color starts to appear, but I'm not getting a good example with this. So, you might be... The camera might be bad, but you might be able to see it a little. Not sure. But yeah. This is a Rubik's Impossible. It is one of the hardest cubes I have. Very hard to solve. And I have no idea. Well, it's just really hard because the colors change when you turn it. And yeah. This is a mirror cube, GAN mirror cube, and this cube you solve it by shape instead of color, and it's also magnetic, and it's UV coated, which makes it really cool. And really fun to solve. This is my main 3x... No, oops. Not my main 3x3, it is a Rubik's Speed. A brand new one that's stickerless. And it has magnets. And I'm pretty sure it just copied another 3x3 that already exists. But I don't know. Maybe they made it original. This is a Cube Twist DIY 3x3. You can put tiles on it to bandage it and make it the solve really different. But I didn't do that. Well, I lost the tiles, so yeah. That's it. This is a windmill cube. It is basically a 3x3, but you take it and you like rotate it a little, kind of, if you know what I mean. The solve is the same though, except the centers have orientation like a super cube, so yeah, that makes it a little different. This is a Fisher cube. It is a 3x3 turned 45 degrees, so the edges are all one color, so that means you can get weird parodies. It was signed by Tony Fisher when I first got it, who made this cube in the 1980s. But the signature faded. This is my, this is a pillared 3x3 by Mefferts. Here's the logo. Yeah, not much to say. It actually doesn't turn that badly, but it might slip out of your hands. This is a Die Pyramid 3x3. I think it's by Diane Chang, but I'm not sure. There are a couple problems with this. For one, the stickers are peeling off. For the second one, it pops a lot, and it doesn't turn that well, and yeah. This is a Disney 50th anniversary picture cube. It's kind of like a super cube, and I wasn't able to solve it for a long time because I didn't know how center orientation worked. This is a Sudoku cube. It turns really badly, and I got it from a dollar store. So, No wonder it turns really badly. This is a Meffert's Molecube. It is basically a it's basically a Sudoku cube with colors. There's also parity, so yeah. This is a ball cube. It's like similar to the Molecube, but it solves just like a normal 3x3, no colors, no weird parodies or anything. So yeah. This is a Meffert's 3x3 Ghost Cube, and it basically, it's a normal 3x3, but you have to, it's all the same color, and you have to misalign the layers to be able to turn it. So yeah, it's really hard, but once you get it, it's kind of easy. And my best solve was like 20 minutes. Speaking of Ghost Cubes, here's the Ghost 2x2. It's just a Ghost Cube 2x2. Yeah, the stickers fall off easily, too. And, yeah. Rearranging things a bit. Here is a gear cube. The Meffert's gear cube, which is basically a 3x3, but you can only rotate it twice. And when you rotate it twice, the middle layer rotates once, and these gears change orientations too. And there's also these inner pieces here. Here is a void ball. This is custom made and signed by Tony Fisher. Not sure if you can see it, but he signed it right here. Yeah, I'm really glad to have this. Doesn't turn very well, no corner cutting at all, but it is fun because it's a void cube. Here are my 3x3 fruits. I only have 2 of the ones that exist. So, yeah. They're basically just 3x3s, but some of the centers have orientation, and you solve it by shape instead of color, mostly. Here is a 2x2 cat. I just got it because I have 2 cats. So, yeah. Here's a 2x2 mirror cube. It's just a 2x2 mirror cube, or basically just a 2x2 version of this mirror cube. Here is my Meffert's gear ball. I actually have 2 of these. I don't know where the other one went. But yeah, it's basically just a gear cube ball. Here is a 3x3 basketball. I don't know why I got this exactly, but no, it does not work like a basketball. You can't dribble it. Yeah. Here is my Meffert's Ghost Barrel. This is one of my favorite puzzles, based on design, but it's basically a ghost cube, but a barrel, and it's actually easier, I think. Or, I'm not sure if it's easier or harder. You can try it yourself if you want, but you can't really get these anymore. So, yeah. Here's a gray matter mirror illusion cube. It is basically a piece swap mod of the mirror cube, where you take a corner section from a mirror cube and put it on another bigger section of a mirror cube, and you can make this. Almost done with the 3x3 mods, I'm pretty sure. Let me just get to the last few. Here's a Clover 3x3. No, it's not the MF8 Curvy Copter 3x3. It's just a normal 3x3, but without centers. But if you look on the inside, there are centers. So it's... I just don't like it. They could have done better. Next. This is the Latch Cube. It's one of the hardest, if not the hardest 3x3 mod out there, because while there's bandaging, because if you turn a face like this, where the arrows are conflicting each other, you can't turn that face. And since you can only turn a face in the arrow it's going, you can't turn faces backwards. So, you have to go in one direction. And if you put no arrows on a face, then that face can turn freely. And there's no clicking sound. Yeah, that's the Latch Cube. This is the MF8 and Diane Crazy 3x3 Plus Earth. So, on the Earth version of the Crazy 3x3, the white face turns with, or the white face turns with the circle, and the green face turns with the circle. And it changes depending on what planet puzzle you have, and yeah, they use planets as a naming scheme. I don't know why. They could have used anything else. But yeah, this is a good introduction to Crazy 3x3s. And that brings us into the next Crazy Cube, the Double Crazy Cube. And as you can see, a sticker fell off. I'm getting new ones shortly. On this, the white face turns with both circles. So does the yellow face. The red and orange faces turn with the outer circle. And the green and blue faces turn with no circle. Hold on. Let me get this 2x2 mod out of the way. This is the OS Cube. It is basically a it's basically a 2x2, but the pieces pop out. And you solve it like that instead of a normal 3x3 or a normal 2x2. This is a Unicorn Cube by MF8. It's basically a hybrid of a 3x3 and a Dino Cube. So these corner sections can turn. I have solved it a bunch of times before. I just haven't had time to solve it recently. Especially since I'm making this video. This is the Cross Cube. I'm only showing it because it works like a 3x3. But basically, this Cross Cube, basically it's actually kind of like a 5x5, but you turn it like a 3x3, except there's these outer faces on it, which can turn independently, and it also has parity. Alright, now let's finish off the 2x2 mods here. Here's the Corner Helicopter 2x2. It's a 2x2. It's a face turning, edge turning, and corner turning puzzle, which I think that's the first mass-produced variant of each of those, besides technically one of the very sphere puzzles. I forget which one it is, but yeah, that's the Corner Helicopter 2x2. This is the David Gear Cube. It has gears on it, and it turns on the corners with gears, or with the gears, and it also turns like a 2x2. And it pops a lot, and it's kind of hard to reassemble. This is the Puppet Cube V2 and V1. I don't know why I did the V2 first, but The V1 has these inner pieces, which cannot, it also shapeshifts. It's actually a bandage 3x3. Same with the V2, except you can change, or it's easier because you can move these slice layer pieces. And yeah, so you basically just solve the corners first, then solve the inner pieces using algorithms. And it's actually easier. This is a 2x2 time machine. It's in a bag because there's a piece on it that broke, and I don't want that piece to go missing. So it basically turns like a 2x2, but you can also turn the wheels on it. Let me see if I can try and get a wheel to turn in the bag. I mean, it's kind of turning. Yeah. That's the 2x2 time machine. Almost done. Let me just get past the 3x3 mods now. This is a case cube, or case cuboid. It's just a normal 3x3, but it has one colored pieces, and the centers also have orientation, and there's also parity, which makes it really, really annoying. Here is the elusive and very rare Erno Rubik 3x3, based on the original creator of the 3x3, and this is so rare that there were only 80 copies made, and I managed to get one of them. I might sell it, I don't know, but enough yapping about this. Oh, forgot some 2x2 mods, great. These are my gear shifts. It's basically a gear cube, but it's a 2x2, kind of, because it has 8 pieces. You can pull it apart. That's not the best gear cube to do it with. You can pull it apart, and you can turn the corners, and you can put it back, and yeah. I think I forgot some cubes in a bag. Hold on. Yup. Forgot some. This is a Clover Cube Plus. It has edge turns like a curvy copter or a normal Clover Cube. The Chi Clover Cube. I love the Very Puzzle Clover Cube though. And it also has 2x2 turns. This is the mix-up cube. It turns like a normal 3x3. Oops. But it also has mix-up turns, where you can turn the middle layer 45 degrees, and then you can keep turning. It's by Whit Eden. So yeah. Now, if I'm not mistaken, let me give one quick check. Okay, there's a couple more that I consider 3x3 mods. Maybe it's just me. This is a twisty 3x3. Almost called it the twisty Skewb because that exists. But it's basically a 3x3. But instead of... It's technically a double twisty puzzle if you think about it. You, like, physically twist it. Like that. Now, let me show you my gear mix-up cubes. These are gear mix-up cubes. It's basically just a normal gear cube combined with a mix-up cube to make this abomination that's really hard to solve. And yeah, let's get those two out of the way to talk about how terrible this one is. This is the Maltese gear cube. Don't buy this. Please do not. It's just, it takes forever to solve. My friend has a document on how to solve it, which I might link in the description or something, along with a document showing all these other fantastic puzzles I have. But yeah. That's it, for this. Just don't get it. It's really hard. This is technically a 3x3 mod. I'm just gonna put it in anyways. This is a Sun Mum cube. It is basically a mix-up cube, but you have these extra pieces, which you can scramble even more by doing a halfway turn like this. Boom, it's scrambled even more. And, the parity is really hard to deal with, and there's also bandaging. So, don't ever get it. Yeah. This is a Sun 4 Mum 3. I always get them confused. But it's basically a Sun Mum cube, but it turns differently. And it has the 4x4 inner pieces, and it has edges that split in half, which I won't show, just for the sake of the length of this video. This is Sun Mum Cube V2. It has these extra wing pieces that split from the edge pieces, and don't get this because it's really loose out of the box. It pops. I had to reassemble it after I did some illegal turns, which wasn't really my fault. Yeah, don't get it. This is more like a 3x3. This is a Gear Cube Extreme, which has normal turns on these layers and a normal middle layer. It replaces 4 of the gears, and it has normal Gear Cube turns on this axis and this axis. And it's really hard. It's actually a Gear Cube Ultimate, I believe. Did I say it? Anyways, this is one of the last ones, I promise. This is the Gear Cube, the Crazy Gear Cube, and it's an axis gear cube with center orientation. This is a pocket cube. It's basically a 2x2, turns like a 2x2, but it's actually a bandaged 3x3. This is a Rubik's slide. It's basically a 3x3, but with these sliding pieces, and it's pretty hard. I've only solved it once. This is a sliding tile 3x3. It's basically a 3x3, but with 6 Klotsky puzzles on it, or 9 puzzles on it. So, yeah. That is it for all of the 3x3 mods in this video. Thank God. That took forever. So now let's move on to other WCA puzzles. Next up I want to do is big cubes. This is my main 4x4, the YJZ Long Mini, and it's really good. This is the first 4x4 I ever reassembled, and it was fun but painful. This is my first 4x4. It looks like this because I'm in the middle of making a mod for it, a 2x2x4. This is my first 5x5. It's not that good compared to my current 5x5, which, here's my current 5x5. This is a YJZ Long Mini 5x5. This is a Moyu 10x10. This is the first 10x10 I ever got, and it's really good. It popped on me once. We didn't know how to reassemble it. That was a while ago. Like last Christmas. Like Christmas 2024, I think. No, 2023. I got this, popped. Didn't know how to fix it. So we got rid of it, we ordered a new one, and we returned it. Then a piece broke on that one, the new one, so we returned that, and then we got this one, which I haven't had any issues with, except a couple minor pops, which I've been able to fix. So, yeah. it's a pretty good cube. Still got a lot to go. Anyways, this is a Meffert's checkered 4x4. It's really, really easy, and anyone could solve this. You basically just get it back into a checkerboard pattern, and most people would think, I could just solve it like a 4x4. No, there's a much easier way. Let me just show that real quick. So basically, you just like get it into 2 layers like this. Then you pair the layers up so that there's 2 big ones like this. And you basically just make this big block on the bottom. And then you can turn it back into its solved state. And, there. This is a, what is this called again? Not the constrained cube, overlapping cube. Okay, so it looks a lot like this, which I'm glad I got this in white plastic, because then I wouldn't be able to tell the difference, even though this is stickerless. But basically, it's a 5x5, but with hidden edges, hidden middle edges, and, yeah, that's all it is. This is a Sun Mum 4x4. It's a Sun Mum cube, but a 4x4. Not much else to say, but you can fix parity with normal 4x4 algorithms. This is a Sun Mum cube 4x4 V2. It's basically the 3x3 V2, which is right here, but the edges, basically it's bigger and it's harder. That's what she said. But this is the Sun Mum 4x4 V3. It looks normal, but it's in white plastic, and the edge is split. And it also has a 3 on it to show that it is the 3 sticker on it, right here. But yeah. This is a 4x4 axis cube. It's a 4x4 axis cube. So, basically, you just change the position of the centers and edges and corners and everything to make it look different. Yeah. Ow, my back. This is a Sun 4, or Sun 3 Mum 4. It's basically the opposite of the Sun 4 Mum 3, which is buried in this pile right next to me, right here. So, yeah, they're basically just opposites of each other. 5x5 ball. It's a ball 5x5. So, yeah. This is a Tony Fisher custom sticker 5x5. I love this thing. I've never tried to solve it before, but I like the pictures on it. I like how he's got a triple fused Megaminx on there. That's pretty cool. Alright. I'm looking around right now. That is it for all the big cube mods. Oh, shoot. One more. This is a Diane Sheng magnetic 11x11. I love this thing, because it's just fun. I like big cubes. Yeah, it turns pretty well. And, I've always liked this thing. So now it's time to get into the Skewbs, because, yeah. And I'm just going to put, just to squeeze the video size down a little, I'm going to put all general corner turners in here. So, Skewbs come together. By the end of this, I should be done with this recording session for today. Yeah. I forgot one more cube. This is my 3D printed Gear Cube Junior. It's pretty cool. It's basically an easier version of a Gear Cube, and I haven't gotten the stickers yet, but I hope to soon. Thanks to my friend for sending that over to me for free. I know shipping's probably expensive. Let's see, where's my Meffert's Skewb? This is a Meffert's Skewb. It's just a Skewb, okay? Nothing else to it. It has that clicky mechanism, like a lot of Skewbs. This is a Skewb Extreme. Also has a clicky mechanism, but it's basically a super version of the Skewb where centers have orientation. This is an ancient coin cube. It is a basically corner turner and a face turner. And you turn the corners and you can change out the pieces by moving the wheel. This is a Skewb Mix-Up 2. It's basically a Skewb, but you can turn it halfway and change out these pieces. Not to be confused with, like, another Mix-Up cube or anything. But, yeah. This is a multi-Skewb. It's a Compy Cube, which is a Ready Cube, basically, if you know what a Ready Cube is. And if you don't know what a Ready Cube is, it's basically this thing, but it's a cube, and it has a normal color scheme. This is a Ready barrel made by Z3 Cubing, and it was also signed by him. And it was made for one of his videos. Here's my Land Master Skewb. It's basically a 4x4 Skewb, and it's really fun. I love this thing. Here's an Elite Skewb. You reduce this to a Master Skewb, and it's really fun. Or, no, because I haven't figured it out yet. This is Skewb Mix-Up 1. I don't use this anymore because mine broke. I forgot this. I'm not kidding. I hate myself. 2x2 mod. It's basically like a 2x2x3 with gears. So can you really call it a 2x2 mod? This is a Gear Skewb Extreme. It's basically, it turns on the corners, and it's really hard because the algorithms are fucking long. Just ask my friend. He'll tell you. This is a Holy Skewb. No, not like a holy as in, like, Jesus, God. I don't know. But it's a holy Skewb because it has a hole. And don't stick your fingers through this thing because I almost got mine stuck once. This is a Polaris Cube. You have to misalign the corners in order for it to turn. I'm running out of storage, so I have to end this video quickly, okay? I'll finish the rest later. Let me get all the corners back. There. This is a skew Skewb or a fish Skewb, because the fish pattern here. But basically it's just an axis Skewb. So the centers of orientation, yeah. One last corner turner, I think. I know I have some other Skewb mods somewhere. I'm not sure where I put them though. But I'll edit those in when I can. But this is a mosaic cube. It turns on the corners and it's basically a 4x4 ready cube. Alright, that's it for Skewb mods right now. Except, well, next up is the square ones. Alright, so now I'm going to finish up the square ones, and I don't have many of them, so let's start. Here's my my get back to square one. It's a 1990 square one. Here's my YJ-MGC square one. It turns very well. Let me see if I can do an ALD. And yeah, it's pretty good. Here's my Shangsho Mr. M square 2. Very bad in turning. Well, it's okay in turning, but like the magnets aren't necessary because they don't work very well. And it literally corner cuts. Pretty sure this counts. Here's my Ghost Dodecahedron square 1. It's basically a dodecahedral square 1, but it's a ghost cube too. So yeah. Here's a corner turner. I forgot to mention the yeet ball, which you don't literally yeet, but it's basically an ivy cube. Here is a Nautilus cube. It's basically just a colorful square 1. Here's another corner turner. This is the platypus cube. I'm not even sure what shape this is, but it's pretty cool. It's also fun to solve. That's actually it for square 1s. Now I think I'm just gonna move on to miscellaneous cubic puzzles. Like, for example, the tangram cube. This is a shape mod of a pentahedron. It turns on the edges and it turns on the corners. So yeah, no shape shifting involved except on the Tangram Extreme. Here's a Curvycopter Plus. This is a pretty fun puzzle. It's a Curvycopter, but there are these extra inner pieces you can scramble even more. And let me talk about my normal Curvycopter next. Here's my normal Curvycopter by Mefferts, just like the Curvycopter Plus. The stickers are falling off, but it's pretty fun to solve. I like the Curvycopter. I like edge turners a lot. Next up is the cuboids. Oh yeah, I forgot Hexaminx. It's a hexahedral or cubic Megaminx made by Trifum and Tony Fisher and signed by him. Here is a floppy cube, a 1x3x3. It shapeshifts and it's pretty fun to solve. Very easy. A beginner could do it. Here is a 2x3x3. It turns like this, and it turns like this, and for some reason, I don't know why, you can turn it like this. It has parity, but it's really easy to fix. This is a 3x3x4. It's really fun. It has parity, and it's kind of hard to solve at first, but once you get it, it's pretty easy. Here's a 1x3 floppy ghost cube. It's like a Megaminx. It's like a dodecahedral or like pentagonal, hexagonal, pentagonal. I think it's a pentagonal floppy ghost cube. A pentagonal floppy cube in the shape of a square. Here's a 2x2x4. This is one of my favorite cuboids ever. It is so fun to solve. It's a 2x2 solve, and then you just solve the outer pieces with corner swaps. 3x3x5, it's the same thing, but you solve it like a 3x3, and then you do that. It has some parity. Don't buy this because it pops, and, yeah, because the pieces overhang too much. Here's a 2x3x4. It is basically it shapeshifts on one layer, and it also has a bunch of parity, but it's really fun. What isn't fun is this stupid 3x4x5 that I haven't been able to figure out again for the life of me. I figured it out once, or I solved it once, with a tutorial. Super Antonio Vivaldi has a really good tutorial, though. Solved it once, haven't been able to solve it again. This thing's really hard. There's like a shit ton of parity, so don't get it. 3x3x4 mix-up plus. I got this not knowing, not expecting anything, and I didn't know what to do for a long time. Then I finally solved it. Didn't know what to do the second time. Solved it. Yeah. Here is a banana cube. It's just a 2x3. That is it for cuboids. And I'm really glad I got through this part, because that took forever. So now let's get onto the dodecahedrons, which I will slide in now. Let's start off with, now there's a couple cubes missing from here, which I will edit in later on. This is a Shangshao, however you say it, Mr. M Megaminx. I got this after I lost 2 of the pieces to this, my YJ Yuhu Megaminx. I think this is a Shangshao V2 Kilominx or a Yuzhin. I'm not sure, but it's a Kilominx, and it's pretty fun. But, yeah. You solve it like a Megaminx, but without edges. Here is a Moyan one. It's a rhombic dodecahedron, so I had to include it in here. But it is basically just a it's like solving 5x5 centers. It's like a cross cube. Also, I will link a document in the description containing all the puzzles on here. Every single one. It'll take a while to finish, but I will finish it, and then I'll add it when I can. Here is the Master Kilominx, the Shangshao Master Kilominx V2. Yeah, it has parity, but it's pretty fun to solve. It has centers, though, which doesn't really make sense. The little center pieces in the middle, the circular ones. You know what I mean. Next. Shangshao Gigaminx. It's a 5x5 Megaminx, and some of the pieces are missing, and I don't know where they are. Here's a Yuzhin Terraminx. One of the pieces is missing. I don't know where it is, but this is fun to solve. I love this thing a lot. And I did an unboxing for it on my channel. So go check that out if you want to. Let's save the best for next. This is the MF8 helicopter dodecahedron. Yes, I don't have that stupid Shangshao knockoff, because I had good taste like that. But this jumbles, and it's basically just a curvy copter dodecahedron. And it's also pretty hard. This is the MF8 Curvy Starminx. It's a Starminx 2, which is a face-turning puzzle, but it has corners. Here's a Meffert's Skewb Ultimate. It's basically a Skewb, but it's a dodecahedron, and it's also pretty hard. this is a rhombic dodecahedron, so I had to include it here. Here is it's a curvy copter plus. This is the crazy comment. So it's a shape mod of the curvy copter plus, and it's also made by Oscar. Here's the MF8 Rhomdo Plus, or also known as the Dodo Trapezo Rhombus. This thing's really hard. I actually didn't know how to scramble it properly, and I scrambled it. So, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing with it. Next is the MF8 Skewbs multi-dodecahedron. It is a Pyraminx crystal, which is bandaged inside of a pentultimate, which basically one of the corners is chosen at random to be bandaged on every puzzle. So, depending on how you scramble it, some of the pieces will stay together, and you might have a hard time figuring it out because one of the corners is bandaged. Here is a Meffert's Golden Dodecahedron signed by Tony Fisher, and this thing's really fun to play around with. I solved it once, and it was pretty fun. It was frustrating, but in the end I liked it. Last one, had to roll it over here. Here is an MF8 multi-dodecahedron, which is basically a master. It's a Megaminx inside a master pentultimate. And I had a master pentultimate, but it derailed. And I gave it away to a friend, and he's going to make one for me. I haven't asked him about it yet, so I'll do that. If he sees this video, just make sure you work on it. And thank you for making it for me. So that's it for the dodecahedrons. I wasn't expecting it to take such a short amount of time. But next up is the tetrahedrons. Alright, it's time for the very last part of this. So let's move on. Every single tetrahedral puzzle, and then lots of sides puzzles. This is a flat face Master Morphix from Meffert's and signed by Tony Fisher. Yeah, it's just a flat Master Morphix. Can't get it anymore, so got pretty lucky. This is a Clover Master Morphix from Chi. It's basically a Jinx Pyraminx, but without corners. And that makes it harder to solve. This is a Jinx Pyraminx from Shangshao, whatever. Yeah, it's pretty fun to solve. It's also pretty loose, so it turns well. Here is a Master Pyraminx and Pyraminx, respectively, from Fusion. This is the Little Magic. This is the Master Pyraminx. I don't like mine because a tip came off and it broke, so I can't put it back on. I'd have to super glue it on, and I don't know where the tip is. This one turns pretty well, just in case anybody wants to know. Here is a 4x4 and 3x3 and broken 3x3 Master Morphix, respectively. Can't see the broken one here. It's missing a corner. There's also a shaking noise coming from inside. I think it's some crumbs or something from the pieces. Here is the 3x3. It's a Shangshao. It turns like normal, I think. Shangshao. This is a Shangshao 4x4 Master Morphix, or the Mega Morphix. Yeah, I like this one, except the parity algorithms don't work. Here is a Pyramorphix 2x2 Master Morphix from Rubik's. I completely underestimated the difficulty of that one. I didn't know it was a 2x2 at first, and I managed to solve it when I first got it somehow. Here is a Marble Pyraminx, which is basically a modification of the... Let me just dig down in this pile. It's a modification of this, the Molecube, except it's a Master Pyraminx, but the tips can't turn. Alright, let's see. Next up, Moyu RS Pyraminx, I believe. This one is very good. I love this thing. It has never popped on me ever, and it turns very, very well. Here's a Pyraminx without any tips. I'm not sure what brand this is from. Here's a Meffert's Master Morphix. Don't need to say anything because it's another Master Morphix. Doesn't turn very well. Also, the logo's peeling off. I just noticed that. Here's a Chi Gear Pyraminx that is scrambled and it is completely broken. Some of the centers fell into the cube, so I can't do anything about that. And also, something happened. Well, it's just scrambled in a bad state, an illegal state, so I can't solve it. Might as well take it apart. Here is a Royal Pyraminx, or no, a Professor Pyraminx from Meffert's. This thing pops a lot. Don't get it. The edges are really loose. Here's a 3x3 Pentahedron, which is the origin puzzle from another puzzle I showed in the cube part of this video, the Tangram Cube. So, yeah, pretty cool. Here is a face-turning octahedron. This is the origin puzzle, or this is a shape mod of a Master Skewb, and it's also pretty fun. It's the Diane Chang one. Here is a pyramid, I forgot what this is called. I literally forgot what it's called. Pyraminx Diamond. This is an octahedral Pyraminx duo, so, yeah. Here is the Slim Pyraminx from Z Puzzles, and, it's pretty fun. I like it. It's just a floppy version of a Pyraminx. Here's the MF8 and Oscar Jumbo Prism. I was, like, stumped on this for a while until my friend helped me with this. He's the GOAT of this, like, figuring out puzzles like this. It's basically a version of another puzzle called More Madness that he has a tutorial on his channel. Now it's time to get to the big boys. So let's get over here. This is a 3D printed Radiolarian 2 made by my friend and sent to me that I unboxed in a previous unboxing. So thank you to him for sending me this. And a couple months after getting it, I finally solved it. It wasn't that bad, except the turning was. This is a very puzzle void Tutminx. Funny story, we tried to super glue the caps on so they would stop popping off. Didn't work at all. Do not make the same mistake as me. Do not believe the reviews on the cubicle you see. Do not. Everything's a lie about about this puzzle right here. Life is a lie. This is a very puzzle void truncated Icosa Dodecahedron. It turns on these faces, but it's hard to turn them. And I just turned the worst one I could have possibly turned. But basically, turns on the faces. You probably can't see it, because the camera's so limited. Let me try turning this one. You can lube it, and I heard it turns really good after you lube it. And I've tried lubing it, but the lube wears out after like a day or like a couple minutes. Which is pretty bad for lube. And also the edge pieces pop out a little sometimes. So yeah. Next up, we have the red transparent Aton star from MF8. I'm very proud of this puzzle because it's the red transparent one and it's very rare. And I wanted to make a series out of it called the RGB series. Where I get the two other puzzles that are different transparent colors. I won't say which ones, but it's pretty cool. I really like this thing, and I've only solved it once, and I tried to solve it today, but I messed up on the last step. How sad. This is my newest puzzle, the Very Puzzle Void Trunket. Sorry. The Very Puzzle Truncated Icosododecahedron. Icosododecahedron, whatever. This is the transparent green version. Yeah, it took me 6 hours to sticker this. I wanted to do a sticker reveal video, but I guess this is the sticker reveal video, okay? You're welcome. Alright. That's all my puzzles for now. I guess I missed a few. Yeah, I did, actually. I'll look for those and edit them in. So, if you see some random cuts, that's probably me just adding those in. So, bro, what did I just hear outside? Anyways, oh, we got one more that I just found. This is a Land mental block. It's basically just a Skewb made by, it's actually like a thing by Tony Fisher. It's basically just a Skewb, but it's different. Okay. Well, I think that is it. So, I'd like to thank my friend for supporting me. I'll link his channel in the description. Him and like so many other people have supported me through my cubing journey. It's been a great 2 years, and I hope that things can keep going good in the future. I love all you guys that watch my videos, and I hate for this to be emotional for anyone, but like, it's actually been so good for me. I was losing to depression for a while, and cubing really helped with that. Getting new cubes really just made me feel good. Getting that package in the mail every once in a while, that really made me feel good. So, thanks to everybody who watches this video, who clicks like, or who presses subscribe. Thank you to all those people. And especially thanks to 2 to 3 people who I will put in the description. One is my friend Zera. He sent me this, or Zerakat on YouTube, he sent me this Radiolarian 3, or 2, and he also sent me the Gear Cube tuner that is buried in this pile of puzzles next to me. And thank you to Chewy's Custom Puzzles, and just Chewy himself, for sending me this, and for sending me this. He is an amazing guy. He makes great stuff. And he sells great stuff.
Hello. I've been sent these puzzles temporarily to assemble them and to solve them, and I'm pretty happy that he sent these to me. First up, we have the MF8 Kirbycopter 3. This one, it turns pretty well, and it, just like the Kirbycopter, it does some pretty interesting jumbling moves, although it can't get as complicated as the normal Kirbycopter, because these moves are blocked. This is the MF8 Sun Cube. It's a 3x3. It turns exactly like a 3x3, but you're able to do 45-degree turns on some of the layers too. This is the Chi Clover Pyraminx. As you can see, it turns on the edges just like this. It's actually a shape mod of a 3x3, so you can do 90-degree turns and then turn it on any other face. You can also see it, they have these hidden corners, which means you only have to solve one half of the corners. This is the MF8 More Madness puzzle, originally designed by Oscar, and it's actually one of my favorite puzzles in my own collection, and it turns pretty well for an MF8 puzzle actually. It's jumbling only, so every single move will change the shape of the puzzle, And I think it's pretty interesting to solve. This is the Chi Gear Pyraminx. Originally, it was designed by Timur. It turns on the corners, and each of these edges are also geared, just like the corners. A single turn looks like this, and it's completed when the centers line up and the edges are in the same position. Even though they might be rotated, so you can have some pretty crazy looking stays to this puzzle. This is the Virgo pentagram, which was originally designed by Eric Virgo, and it was produced by MF8. It turns on the corners, and it's equivalent to Aton's star. So there's also a jumbling angle you can see right here, where you move this group of pieces while this face is turned. And this is the Skewbicopter Plus. It's a Curvicopter Plus, but it also has the Skewb turns, so you're able to do some pretty crazy turns like this, and then you can do some insane stuff, turning the edges while it's in mid-turn. I can't really comprehend it.
Go down for just supporting me, and especially supporting me for having these two great puzzles. It is amazing what people in the cubing community are like. So, enough yapping. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and goodbye.